Hi, this is Brent, and welcome back to Centered Gaming, where I show you ways to get the most immersive gaming experience so you too can arrive at a centered gaming state. I just want to get something out of the way before I start. If you've ever seen one of my videos and wondered if I was reading a script while doing it, the answer is yes, I do. I'm getting a tad up in years, I don't get a lot of sleep, and I sometimes fumble around with my words because of it. Today, because I have a lot to cover and I'll be moving around a bit, I'm going to take my script with me. If you don't like it, just watch some other gaming guru who is a little more polished and natural. I won't take it personally. My priority is getting you the information as quickly as possible with what little time I have. My presentation is of secondary concern. I love sim racing. I guess you could say I am a racing enthusiast as opposed to a casual racer or expert or fanatic. I'm not going to win any awards for my driving skill. I play these games because the experience alone is satisfying, and I don't care too much whether or not I win or lose races. But at the same time, I still like using quality equipment for my racing sessions. My favorite game to play up to this point in time is Grid Legends. The graphics are great. Even on previous generation versions, the sound is badass. That's a technical term. It's badass sound. No doubt. With the game's settings that accommodate beginner to advanced sim racers, it's accessible to a wide audience. For example, even my daughters and their friends will play Grid Legends with me because of its accessibility to casual gamers and even non-gamers. Personally, I not only like it for those reasons, but if I were to isolate just one thing that makes this game my favorite, I would have to say it's the method for car tuning. I've played Forza on Xbox and Gran Turismo series games on PlayStation, and car tuning gets pretty complex. With this game, I have a few options that I can use a slider to adjust with an explanation of what each one does right next to it. And trust me, when you've played a racing game for a while and you are graduating from beginner to intermediate level, the importance of tuning your vehicle increases as you continue. In Grid Legends, it's a piece of cake, and I love that. I've played Grid Legends on PS5, Xbox One, and Xbox Series X. Of those, my favorite is Xbox Series X. Even though PS5 is my favorite console overall because of its exclusive games like Horizon Forbidden West and The Last of Us, I still like how Xbox plays in Dolby Vision and has Dolby Atmos sound. And it has a little extra horsepower in other ways too. That said, don't go out and buy an Xbox Series X just to play Grid Legends if you already own a PS5. Save your money. It's still awesome on that platform. Now, the rest of my gaming model here is going to cost you some money. But before you start, if you have a subscription like PlayStation Plus, EA Play, or Game Pass, check to see if Grid Legends is still on that service and download it. I say this because I shake my head at myself for all the times I've bought a game only to find out it's on PS Plus or Game Pass. Okay, let's get on to the equipment. Now, you do have some decent options, which I am showing here. On the left, if you want to take an economical option but still not end up with a sucky wheel, I recommend a Thrustmaster Ferrari Spider wheel. It's also known as the T80. Displayed here is the PS4 and PS5 compatible version of that wheel. You can put this on a racing mount with a racing chair, or even a card table will do. I have a video on the best way to do that if you go that route. Even better are the Logitech G920 shown on the card table and the Logitech G29 on the mount. G920 works on Xbox One as well as Series X and S. G29 is PS4 and PS5 compatible and even works on PS3, making this an exceptional racing wheel for your retro gaming needs. I just want to note here that G920 and G29 are pretty much the same wheel for two different platforms. They are so alike that if you have the pedals for one, you don't need new ones for the other. When I had only the Thrustmaster wheel for my PlayStation racing games and wanted to upgrade, I went on eBay and saved myself a lot of money buying a wheel-only G29 and connected them to my G920 pedals, and it worked just fine. The last thing I have to say about wheels is that Logitech now has a wheel called the G923. My impression of that wheel from reading reviews and checking out an in-store demo is that it's pretty much a G920 wheel that shakes a lot. So save your money. These wheels here should suit you just fine. Now, your mileage may vary, but I use an Obuto racing chair and mount, and I love it. I doubt I am going to get much better than this without spending hundreds, if not thousands more. That's just me. In any case, if you want to mount, as long as it's something you are comfortable racing in, it's a good investment because it's not an electronic device, so it will serve you for years to come in playing racing games as well as flight simulators. But I invite you to try any racing game using a head-mounted display, which is not only the next best thing, but in some ways even better than playing a game in VR. Head-mounted displays look like VR sets, but actually just show a large TV or movie screen in front of you through the two lenses. You can get yourself an expensive one like the Royal Moon, which will give you a very immersive experience with high quality picture and built-in sound, or you can opt for a simpler, more economic solution like the PSVR, which also plays games on Xbox. I'll say that again. The PSVR also plays games on Xbox. I actually did a video about how playing the PSVR on Xbox is actually better than doing PSVR on cinema mode using a PS4 or PS5. Check that out when you have the time. Now, this video is aimed at the beginner to enthusiast level of gamer and is an ideal arrangement for such. I put this forth not as a strict model that you absolutely have to follow. I can only assure you this is a great way to play, and you can put your own variations on it if you want. Last and most importantly, I want to emphasize that there are plenty of games that you don't need peripherals for. Flying games use a regular controller, still plays decently. Fighting games don't absolutely require joysticks unless you are really tournament serious about them. But with driving games, you really are missing out on a lot playing with just a controller. And even the cheapest steering wheel is better than no steering wheel at all. Thanks for watching today. Until next time, have fun gaming and stay centered doing it.